Thank you so much for that kind introduction. For those that don't know Vestergaard, we are a 60-plus-year-old company that believes doing good is good business. Unlike most companies that complement their business strategies with corporate social impact activities, for us, the social impact is at the very heart of our business plan. In the malaria space, Vestergaard is most known for its permanent brand of long-lasting insecticide bed nets, where we are proud to be counting down towards our 1 billionth manufactured bed net. In the spirit of Unite for Health and leave no one behind as a manufacturer of malaria prevention bed nets, we wanted to make sure that despite the limitations COVID imposed on all of us, that we would not delay the delivery of innovation by ensuring production ramp up of new technologies and ensuring robust supply chains during these trying times. I commend the teams at Vestergaard, but also those of PMI Chemonics, Global Fund IDA Foundation, UNICEF, Against Malaria Foundation, and others who have worked tirelessly to ensure supply of these life-saving products was not disrupted. However, despite the fact that the humble bednet has accounted for almost 70% of the malaria cases averted since the millennium, progress against the mighty mosquito has stalled. And that even before COVID. Case numbers have stopped reducing. Insecticide resistance, the most likely culprit, had significantly reduced the efficacy of bed nets. It has become apparent we could not continue with the same old tools used for the past 20 years, and that we must, as the Global Fund had asked us to, step up the fight. This has led to two new classes of bed nets being developed, including PBO Synergist and clovenapir-based bed nets. However, we should all ask ourselves a simple question. Can we develop new insecticide-treated bed nets faster than the mosquito can mutate? Bed net chemistry in polymer science takes years to identify, develop, and approve. This slow pace is partly appropriate, as we must ensure the bed nets are safe to use and effective. One key problem, however, is the long time new bed nets take to be adopted widely in campaigns after they have been fully developed and ready for deployment. In short, we launched new life-saving bed nets too slowly. We believe that an improved framework is required to ensure we deploy such tools timely, rapidly, and with an at full-scale cost structure. To do so, we'll take three key elements. Firstly, continued adequate funding for next-generation technology. Second, better evaluation tools to ascertain fast and speedy efficacy. And third, a more strategic engagement with the private sector. We have harvested the low-hanging fruit of the last 20 years. New bed nets require a step change in level of complexity management, complexity of active ingredient combination screening, complexity of the polymer science in how to bind such chemicals to a bed net, and not least, complexity of manufacturing. This takes, in our view, a higher level of cooperation among stakeholders than before, and we applaud the work done by organizations such as the IBCC and vehicles like the New Nets project with generous backing from the Gates Foundation and many others to help in that process. New technology will most likely cost more, and the malaria community, which has gotten used to reducing prices over the past years, must factor this in when planning its malaria interventions over the next years. But higher cost can also be higher cost effectiveness and improved impact from improved bed nets. However, to measure cost effectiveness, we will also need better evaluation tools than what we have today. What does it take to demonstrate more impact for the generous investments made? Randomized controlled trials currently required for demonstrating the public health value of new nets are expensive and lengthy. If we calculate the cost of the time bed nets are not deployed at full scale, while such multi-year studies are underway, then the cost to populations at risk is higher than what we should accept. We believe we need to complement these traditional studies with simpler tools to evaluate bed net effectiveness in different geographies in a systematic way, and to make the data readily available in an ongoing and timely manner. We believe that for the above reasons, A more strategic engagement between the key institutions and private sector technology innovators would be helpful. To bring next generation higher complexity innovation to market will require a more strategic level of interaction between the private sector and institutions buying and deploying these innovations at scale. By addressing these items, adequate funding, improved evaluation tools, and improved strategic stakeholder collaboration, we can better deploy capital towards innovation R&D and manufacturing ramp-up, thus stepping up the fight and ensure we unite for health and leave no one behind. It finally leaves me to say thank you to the UN Foundation's Nothing But Nets team for organizing this event and for their important advocacy work to sustain the political will and resources to end malaria. But as well to the entire malaria community. We are in awe of your hard work, dedication, and achievement, and we wish to continue to be your humble partner in the noble mission of ending the malaria pandemic once and for all.